June is the first full month of market data that we've had since the volcano started erupting. And was there any effect? We're going to talk about that up next. Hey, what's going on, friends? Dylan Nonaka here with the Buy Big Island video blog. And June is the first full month that we've had where the volcano has been erupting. We almost had a full month in May, but like I said before last month, I thought June would be a better indicator because there's going to be a full month, and because of the lag in the real estate transaction cycle being 30 to 60 days from when a property goes under contract, we're going to see more, if there are effects in June, than we would have in May, because a lot of those properties in May went into escrow 30 to 60 days prior. So we're going to look at the Kona data and the Puna data again and look at the differences. So first up, the Kona data. On the housing market, again, we have homes, condos, and land, and these are the numbers versus 12 months ago. So the numbers in June 2018 versus the numbers in June 2017. And in the housing market, no real huge significant change. There's actually more units sold this year, 6% more units sold this year in the month of June than there were a year ago. The dollar volume is down a little bit, 14%, but again, that can be affected just by a couple of really large resort high-end sales. And so not a huge difference there. Median price is about the same, down 2%, so not a real significant change there, kind of showing stable median price. But interesting thing is average days on market continue to fall. That's been the trend, is average days on market continues to get shorter. It's still 72 days, so it's not a super hot, fast market where things are selling the first week they're on the market, but it is faster than it was a year ago, 12% faster days on market. And then final list to sales price, actually no change from a year ago, 94, almost 95%. So home sellers are getting about what they're asking in terms of their final sales to list price. The condo market is down 20% on units. I think that's more of a function of there's less inventory, but condos are still selling pretty strong, and that's shown by the median price of 350 is up 10% from a year ago. And then this is very interesting. Days on market is down 49%. So almost half the time it's taking condos to sell now versus a year ago. So they're selling a lot faster. There are just 20% less units sold, which contributes to the volume. And then on the final list of sales price, that's down a little bit, but same as the housing market, about 55 or 95% of final sales to list price versus a year ago. And then land is always inconsistent in Kona just because there's not a lot of land that gets sold, but 6 sales, which is down significantly, 71%. Volume is obviously down because there's not as many units, and then median price is actually up. But again, like I've talked about before, the land prices are really affected by some real high-end resort lots that can be sold that really skew that number up and down. But final list to sales price is actually up 11%. So people are paying more for land this year than they were last year, and that fluctuates pretty significantly also. And days on market is down pretty significantly too, so down 97 days versus a year ago, and it's 50% less, so almost half the time land is selling in Kona, days on market wise. Overall, no real big significant change in the Kona market, but if we go over to the other side of the island, and we already saw the beginnings of this last year, this is in the Puna area, which is right local to where the volcano is. Significant changes in the housing market, 25% less units sold. You can see a lot more units sell on that side than on this side, just because there's a lot more affordable housing there than there is in the Kona side. But 25% drop there, dollar volume obviously following that down. Interesting thing is median price is actually up. It's up significantly, 35% versus a year ago. So median price is much higher than it was a year ago, even though there's less selling. And then average days on market is also down, so only 59 days. So things are selling faster on that side than they are on this side, and that is faster than it was a year ago. So that's actually gotten better in terms of how long property is staying on the market. And then final list of sales price, 95%, pretty consistent as what we're seeing in Kona. No condos in Puna. And then on the land side, again, more very significant changes. 44% drop in the current units sold, 47% drop in the dollar volume, 15% drop in the median price. Days on market actually still went down. You know, these last two are different than the first 3 indicators in terms of up and down, but 114 days on market, which is down 6% versus a year ago, and then 89%, almost 90% list to sales price. So the land volume is definitely down, and number of units is definitely down. And there's a lot of turnover on that side because there's a lot of really inexpensive land. So you usually see a lot of land sales on the east side, and that's definitely being affected pretty significantly. So interesting, the east-west dynamic. It still feels like everything is okay on this side. The VOG is not as bad as it's been. It seems like the volcano is somewhat stabilized, and we'll see what happens in the next couple of months. But that's the update for June. If you got more questions or want an update on a different part of the island or a different market, we can do Waikoloa condos or Hamakua land or wherever it is. This data is available. It just takes forever to get through it all. So we just kind of hit little sub markets and show you what's going on. So again, let me know if you have any questions. Always here to help. We'll be back next week with another video, and then next month with more market updates. So again, thanks you guys for watching. Appreciate it. Aloha.